you ever feel like giving up on something? Tried about a dozen times and can't come up with nothing? Thinking, what the fuck is up with this? I must have sucked or something. Yo, what is up, everybody? This is Caleb and Jay with Indexed number 12. Say what's up.
What's up?
Hell yeah. Today, we're going to be talking about a few things that are very important to life and everything around us. Not really. What do we have for videos this week?
So for videos this week, Tuesday, we're going to be reacting to Idol. It's another BTS song, of course, and it's featuring Nicki Minaj. For Thursday,
Hell yeah.
we're doing Shady Cypher 2.0 M-Verse, which I'm assuming is by Eminem as well.
Yeah, it is. It's it's his like record label. They did a cipher for BET, and so each individual person had their own verse, which I was kind of thinking like maybe I could make that as like its own little like mini thing, like go through each one of their verses and kind of compare them in different videos, obviously, because that would take way too long for one video.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, we'll just do the Eminem one and call it a day.
Fair enough.
But yeah. And then, obviously, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, you get your podcast fix for those of you that enjoy watching us talk about nonsense all fucking day. Like,
Yes, sir.
I think we're getting better at that, though.
A little bit. Our nonsense is a bit spread out now.
True, it's organized nonsense.
Yeah.
I didn't think of like a new segment for like the beginning part of the podcast, so we're gonna continue with the what have you been listening to?
I mean, I had something for the new
start.
segment if you wanted to go for it. I just don't know how long it's gonna last.
What do you have for the new segment?
Literally, I was just gonna say that Blackpink is making their comeback, and they released their first song / music video.
Oh, you know what? I did see that somewhere, actually.
I think it's
I
called.
think I saw that on Twitter.
How you like that? Yeah, of course it's gonna trend. Like their hype up is just as big as BTS sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah,
They're talented. I think it just happens with any actually talented group of people, which is nice because sometimes you just see a bunch of people that are like, oh, they're definitely like generated vocals and not even really playing instruments, but you know.
yeah. So, how you like that? I think is the name of the song and the name of the video, of course. Okay. And it is already sitting at like 200 mil views in a week.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's pretty great. That is pretty great. On my side, a Pop Smoke's album came out, his posthumous album. If you don't know, he passed away like last year, I think. And
Okay.
50 Cent actually curated this whole album for him and his family and his whole team. And it finally came out today. And it's okay. It's pretty good. It's a lot of... I was like looking at the track list, and it's just a lot of features, which I guess you would kind of expect.
Of course.
But like there's Quavo, DaBaby, Sway Lee, Future, all these like big people for sure. And then 50 Cent actually did a verse on it, which was crazy because I haven't heard like new 50 Cent in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he sounds just like himself. Like he sounds so like he never left his zone. It's kind of cool.
Solid.
I had something else. Oh shit! Other part of that, it's a lot of rap. That's all I listen to really. But Lil Wayne dropped his project called Free Wheezy album, and this thing is crazy. This thing is insane.
Oh,
so
okay.
like senior year of high school, he was involved with or like in a what's it called, like a lawsuit with his record label because they would not let him release music at all. Like he had all this stuff and he's like wasn't allowed to put it out and get out of contract by like following suit and releasing things that he needs to. So there was this whole thing. He finally got out of it like last year, and so he's literally like a independent artist at this point. But while that was happening, him and his team were like, fuck the studio, we're gonna put out this album, and they've dropped it on SoundCloud and Apple and Tidal, I think, and then like Spotify and all that. And immediately his label was just like, nah, and sent out like cease and desist essentially to get him taken off of all these streaming platforms. And so this album was up for like a week and a half, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, probably one of the best Lil Wayne albums I've ever heard ever.
So why weren't they allowing him to release music?
It had to do with money and greed and shitty leading and shit like that. That's a whole like thing to get into if we ever come across that topic. But
Gotcha.
no, so like I remember listening to it like in high school and thinking like, oh my god, this is awesome. I was okay with Lil Wayne, like he was good. Never really listened to his music like religiously, but that album I had on repeat always. And then today it dropped on Spotify and Apple. It's dropped on everything, like officially, and it's like kind of the same songs. They're remastered and mixed a little bit. Like some of the verses are different, but it was so weird, like seeing it on an actual platform for once. And now Twitter's like just blowing up about it. It's so fucking strange.
Fair enough.
Yeah, everyone on Twitter's just like, oh my god, it's out. And I tweeted like 2 months ago. I was trying to like shine light on it like a couple months ago because I had just remembered it, and I was like, damn, this album was like his best one ever, and I tweeted that. And then yesterday or last night when it came out, all the big like hip hop Twitter pages were posting about it and stuff. And so I quote tweeted my old tweet into their comments and stuff. And I was like, yo, I said this 2 months ago, like holy shit. And then I got followed by a pretty big account, actually. Hip hop Twitter account. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? And then he added me to a group chat, and now that thing is just going off all fucking. I had to mute it. It was so annoying. But moving up in the world, dude, the social world.
You actually commented.
fucking
You
funny.
actually like had social interaction.
Dude, it's crazy.
Good job. Golf clapping.
But
You
no,
probably
yeah,
can't
I've
hear
been
it.
listening to that. No, I heard it. It wasn't really a golf clap. Those are quieter. No, I'm just kidding.
I was also
There's
trying
something
not to
else
blow
that
your ear out.
came out. Yeah, please don't. There was something else that came out. I just don't remember what it was.
I know BTS came out with a song, but that's like 2 weeks old, I think now.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, I'm
So-
not seeing it. I'm trying to look through my list. Excuse
what
me.
is out?
But yeah, no, fucking. And now I'm just waiting for a Logic album to drop because that just needs to happen. It's been too long. It's been over a year. Actually, has it been over a year? When did YS4 come out? I don't know. But yeah, that's all I got for music.
Fair.
If you need suggestions, go listen to Panic at the Disco. Always.
Mm,
It's the best one. Now my phone's popping off.
again,
Um,
it popped off like literally right before we
it's-
started recording.
I'm telling you, dude, it's hip hop Twitter. They're coming for my throat, bro.
My lord.
But no, besides that, all week, dude, I was kind of just chilling, and then Thursday, a streamer that I watch had tweeted about a new game coming out that had like surprise dropped yesterday. And they kind of started doing. You go ahead.
I wasn't. I didn't know what I was gonna say. So continue.
Okay. They kind of did like the same drop pattern as Valorant like a couple months ago, like where
Oh,
they're
okay.
in beta, but they're letting streamers stream the game and doing drops through Twitch to like so you can get beta access if your accounts are linked and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But it's called Hyperscape,
Hyperscape.
and it is pretty sick.
What's
My
it about?
first thoughts on it were like, so it's a BR, it's a battle royale, so it's just another 100-player lobby, kill each other, find guns and stuff. And so when I saw that, my first thoughts were like, oh great, another one. Here we go again.
When you see my perspective, I just died a little bit inside on camera.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I kind of like in a way I still feel the same way, but like, so I got the drop, pretty quick actually. I got like a lucky one and started playing it yesterday a bit, and it's kind of intense actually. It's actually pretty fun. The movement and shooting and stuff reminds me of Quake.
Oh.
If you ever played Quake, yeah. It's very, very fast, very fluid, a lot of verticality, like, but then like the most interesting part about it is like most battle royales, you go in, you find variants of weapons. So like you'll have like fucking Fortnite has like an AR, and then it'll have a gray, a green, a blue, purple, gold, whatever. This one, you'll go in, you find like an AR in this game, and there's only one of that class. So it's called the Ripper in this. And so you'll find a Ripper, and then if you find another Ripper, you can pick it up and it fuses with your current one. So you have like a level 2 now.
So it's like an upgrade system type of deal.
Yeah, yeah.
As
it's
you
just,
find
like,
more of them,
implemented
you
into
can-
the looting.
Yeah. Sounds cool.
It's really cool. And so like most of the time it's like, oh, you'll get a bigger mag, or maybe a little bit more damage. But like if you get it fully maxed out, that thing is like insane.
Mm-hmm.
And there's really cool weapons too. They have the biggest one that's kind of OP at this point is what's it called? A minigun. And so literally you pick it up and there's like 200 rounds in it already, and the clip is 150. Actually, it's probably 300, so you can have 2 clips. But yeah, so, and it's not really accurate by any means, but like, if you get close to someone, you could just left click and they eat all the bullets at once.
That's funny.
So we're hoping that they nerf that a bit. But yeah, it's pretty cool. You should try to get the beta access and we can check it out.
Yeah, I'm down.
It's really cool though. Like the whole scene of it is like very cyberpunk-esque. Like it's futuristic and kind of it almost looks like you're in a Matrix type scenario.
Interesting. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. The whole dynamic's really cool. The fighting's so hard though, because people just slide around and jump and like slide again and jump and slide and jump and teleport.
That also
there's,
sounds
like, powers and shit too.
That also sounds a bit like Gears of War PvP.
Yeah,
There's a
little
lot of
bit more
sliding.
extreme.
Yeah, it's
But-
like a mix of a couple different ones all together. It sounds like
Yeah,
just
for
absolute
sure.
chaos.
Well, I mean, the first comparison I could think of is to Apex Legends when that came out last year and a half ago.
Gotcha.
Because that was pretty fast paced at the time. But this just blows that out of the water.
Mm.
I just kind of wish battle royales would die a little bit. I don't
That
think
would
they
be
will.
nice.
I think that's just the new norm. But
Yeah. Apparently, the Modern Warfare one is doing extremely well.
it's doing well, but like that doesn't mean it's good.
Well,
It's
just
just, like,
saying.
probably
So I just
the best one.
I was just saying it's doing well.
Yeah. Yep. It's really just like the streamers get to choose what game does well, I think. It's kind
Yeah.
of strange. They're like the 1% of the video game population.
They're the 1%, but they have 99% of the control.
Mm-hmm. That's why. No, it's still a fun game. I was gonna say that's why League is up there, but that's a decent game.
Yeah, that's
And
still
I'll
a
get
good game.
backlash if I say that. Yeah.
You will 100%
Sure.
get backlash. But saying that game is still one of the absolute biggest ones out there right now.
It's true. It's true. So this weekend we're recording on the 3rd of July. Tomorrow is the 4th. Are
Yes,
you
sir.
planning on doing anything?
I have no clue. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if the family's doing anything. If they're not, then I'm probably going to go over to my friend's new house he just moved into, and we're going to do something.
That's sick. That'd be cool.
He actually has a backyard.
You,
We may build a fire and just have a grand old time.
Dude, that's the way to do it. I'm trying to
It
get my
is
friends to do a fire over
It
here.
is the way to do it, and I can make fires, but I can't make a fire like him. He's like,
That's fair.
he was the one that grew up as a Boy Scout, so like he makes these grand bonfires.
Everyone I know just cheats and just pours lighter fluid all over the wood.
He doesn't even need a lighter. You can just give him like a little spark, whatever, and he just yeah, no joke.
That's funny. That's really cool.
So we definitely
Yeah.
may play with a little lighter fluid just because it's fun.
I mean, yeah, obviously you want to blow stuff up. But
And that's how I get fires started at the beach. If you make one there, that's the only way
true.
you're gonna
I
get
mean,
it.
it's the easiest way.
It's the only way with how much wind is over there. You have
True,
to
too.
use
Yeah.
the cheater like ways to do it to get it to go.
Yeah. I'm upset a little bit. I live in city limits technically. So
Mhm.
I can't do fireworks legally. But I don't know if I'm going to go get some yet. I'm still deciding if I want to go buy fireworks.
Fair.
Because there was a awesome picture last year for the 4th of July where basically San Antonio's huge, right?
Yes.
Like there's a loop around the entire city that's like 20, I don't even know how wide it is. It's like a 20-mile radius from the loop, it feels like. And it's not a perfect circle, so it's like some places are bigger, whatever. But basically inside that entire loop, you're not allowed to have or do fireworks.
Interesting.
But
Houston does not
that
give
doesn't
a
stop
damn.
anybody. Well, Houston has like an actual like city limit, like with its own like specific city limit that isn't based on just whatever road surrounds it. And it's a lot smaller than San Antonio's city limit.
Yeah, their city
that's
limit,
nice.
like what they say is the city limit is it's significantly smaller, but just the mass
Houston
that
is-
is
Yeah.
that is Houston is absolutely huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's over in
So everywhere
like-
I've lived in Houston, you could do fireworks for sure.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Why is
But,
now my phone's going off? You're infecting other phones. Stop
Hell
it.
Yes. Taking control. The phone controller. That's a bad superhero name.
So what are you
but anyway,
doing
no,
for
so I
4th?
was driving in last year. Let me finish this story first.
Okay.
I was driving into San Antonio on the 4th, and there's like, as you get into like Seguin area, you can there's like a hill that it starts going downhill, and so you're at the top of this thing, and you can see kind of the skyline of San Antonio, way off in the distance. But literally that night, all I could see was just colors in the air, like filling my entire like 180-degree view. It was just bright fireworks popping, going, and it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. It was so cool. And I don't remember what it was. One of the news stations over here, they got a picture of it, and I will try to find a picture and like put it in the bottom of my screen or something, just so y'all could see, because it was so fucking cool. But yeah, what I'm doing this year is a barbecue. Well, a grill sesh though, not a barbecue, because we're not lame Northerners. I'm just kidding. No, I bought a bunch of fucking Eckrich like sausage and a bunch of hamburger meat for burgers, and we're gonna do like chips and salsa and a bunch of other snacks and stuff like that.
Solid.
So, I'm finna be fat next week, dude. Just big, extremely big.
Yeah, Hulk out.
I'm gonna Hulk out. Well,
Instead of
I'm gonna be more
muscles,
like
it's just
the-
straight fat.
I mean, yeah. Well, it's kind of the same though, because my shirt will probably rip. Like that's the issue.
Yeah, Fat Albert.
I need
This
to go
thing.
buy some purple pants. Damn, that'd be sick. I was thinking more of like the Blob in Wolverine. Did you just call me Blob?
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite character. In that
I
movie.
mean, as soon as you said you were coming fat, I was thinking Fat Albert or Paul Blart.
Oh no. Do I look like a mall cop to you?
I
Don't answer
mean,
that. Don't answer that. Of all things. No. Fuck. So Twitch, we were gonna talk about that a little bit. A lot of things happened with Twitch this week, actually.
yeah, one that I didn't even put down that I forgot to put down.
I mean, so we can start off the funny one.
Oh yeah.
There was a XQC and Ninja battle on Twitter, and they were arguing about a bunch of stuff, and then Alinity, if you know who Alinity is, she joined in to kind of
Vaguely.
like instigate. She tried to instigate the argument and kind of like keep it going, and Ninja just popped off on her. Essentially, someone was like, "Oh, cool, XQC versus Ninja battle, like 1v1," and XQC or Alinity was like, "Oh, XQC's got this in the bag, easy." And Ninja just goes, "Hey, don't you have a cat to abuse somewhere?" And literally, the entire internet froze and just fucking, like went off on Alinity at that point.
Oh,
It's so fucking funny. It's so fucking funny.
jeez. That's
That leads in.
brutal.
I wanted to give the fun part because that leads into the next part, which isn't as fun. He deleted that tweet because he said, in his own words, not his own words. I'm gonna paraphrase. He was like, I shouldn't have said it. It's just like, what's the word? Propagating a online like bullying type of culture that we can't have.
Mhm.
And that was in response to the other part that is very sad and very upsetting. It got me like hard yesterday. I was just like I was thinking about it all day and I was like, damn, that like really sucks, especially how kind of personal it is to you and I. But if you want to talk on it, because you're more into that scene than I am at the same time.
So, which part are you talking about? I want to make sure because we have multiple parts here now.
Wreckful for sure.
I thought we were
Yeah.
going to go straight to Dr. Disrespect, but okay, Wreckful it is.
No. He'll be last so we can close it out.
Something
nicely,
funny.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Wreckful was a World of Warcraft competitive player and Twitch streamer. For many, many years. I think he won BlizzCon a few times.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. There's too many stats to look at for that. Anyway, a couple days ago, he did commit suicide, or supposedly committed suicide. They found him dead, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know the cause. I don't know very much about it. I haven't done too much research because I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
Just personal issues with that.
From what I can say or what I've seen, a lot of it was he had a kind of a mental health issue with depression and things of the sort.
It did
And-
seem like that, yes.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know if it was in response to this, but I saw a couple videos of like basically him talking about it in his chat, or just people on Twitch, not even his chat, because I imagine his own personal chat on his channel were probably sincere and nice, but people just from the internet on Twitch just like giving hate comments like kill yourself and like just all this shit, just being negative. And like in the video he was like, he had to like take a second. He was like, you guys like understand how this affects me. Like he was like, this, he started like tearing up and shit and was just like this isn't nice. Like you can't do this type of shit to people, because though you're gonna hurt them. And they just kept going and stuff like that. I don't know if it was directly related to that instance, but I imagine
It was a factor.
if it happened to where someone could record it and get it like that, I imagine that wasn't the first or last time.
Yes.
So
A lot of issues like those are going on now, or popping up is probably the better word, with streamers
Yeah.
and Twitch and such. Like, there's so much
Yeah.
going on with that right now.
and that's why I was saying, like, that's why Ninja had stated that he removed that comment.
Yes.
Because it just doesn't
I can respect him
provide
for
the right stigma.
for admitting he shouldn't have done it and taking it down. I can respect him for that.
Even though it was funny as hell. But
Even if it was, it may not have been the nicest thing to do. So,
for sure. Yeah.
so there's also
but, like,
what's up?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, that's a big scene for me and you, a lot of people, and that I know personally. It's like the gaming scene, and it's always propagated that like gaming causes violence and blah 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 blah. And really, like, that's not the case. It's just these, like, you see events like this where the anonymity of the internet makes you forget that like we're all people, and
Yeah.
that you shouldn't be hateful to one another. And I don't know, it's just
It's
I
still
think it's up to the bigger streamers to do kind of what Ninja did, and just not set up that stigma for the like industry, you know.
Yeah, it's not the video games that are making people violent or doing things. It's other people making people doing these things,
Yeah.
having abusive like comments and stuff. While some people don't get affected by it, there are plenty that do, or even then,
I
people that-
almost guarantee though that 100% of people get affected by it, whether they show it or not, is the issue.
I was gonna say, even the people that don't seem to, it's probably after a while it does even get them. So it's everyone, and it's not cool. It's, I don't know. I agree with your thing about the anonymity.
And yeah,
What-
that's a
whatever
hard
that-
one. I had to take a second.
So,
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
and then
the other half of that is, if you are feeling depressed or alone, like, just remember you're not. Like, there's so many people out there that could talk to you, and there's even better, there are trained professionals that can talk to you, and there's always help.
yes,
That's all I want to say about
there's always help. However you want to reach people, just reach. Someone will take your hand and help you out.
that. True. And
Even if it-
personally, I think you and I both would be open to talking to people. I mean, obviously we can't, like, we're not trained in that, but you know, if you need ears, I'm here for sure.
Of course, if you want to make a comment, if you want to if you wanted to send a direct message on social media or something,
Yep.
one of us will reply to you and we'll talk to you.
Yeah. You and I have dealt with this in our own personal lives, so it's just like, that's something that we both kind of see eye to eye on.
Yes.
And yeah, well,
Speaking of the
that's
other
all I have for
side,
that.
yeah. Speaking of the other side, streamers.
Yeah, the fun part. Well, the kind of funner part.
Well, I wasn't even going to talk about Dr. Disrespect yet. There was another thing that I didn't put down just yet That's still kind
no.
of sad.
Yeah. What's up?
So, the other side of things, streamers and some of them being kind of messed up in the head themselves in certain ways. Oh, you back?
Mm-hmm.
How much of that did you hear?
I didn't hear any of it. Discord messed up.
Of course it did. I was gonna say the other side of things with streamers and them being kind of messed up in the head themselves. There was the online, or not online, the offline TV incident. I don't know how much you know about them.
I didn't see. I don't know about that at all. I don't think.
Do you know about offline TV?
No, I'm gonna look it up. I might. It's not clicking.
Pokimane.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know the situation. I know of that though. The channel and
yeah,
everything.
Pokemon and all the streamers and everyone that does that with her and the whole bit. Yes. One of them was not exactly truthful, very good with women,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's just a whole. That's a big issue on its own.
That is a big issue on its own. I'm not going to say much more than that because I don't want to, and I don't want to.
For sure. Yeah.
But yeah, no,
all I can say is that shouldn't ever happen, and that sucks a lot.
yes.
And hopefully things are corrected.
Apparently,
That's
he's
the
been.
easiest way to say that.
The only thing I'll say.
Well, hopefully things become corrected, I should say.
The only thing I can say at the moment about what happened is that he is no longer with that offline TV. He is permanently kicked out of the group and the house.
That's
and from what I have heard,
At
he
least.
is seeking help for his mental state.
Interesting.
To try to better himself is probably the best word for it. Correct the mistakes.
Got you. Well,
Now onto the fun.
Into it.
Yeah,
Personally,
there's a lot of stuff. I
sure.
made it extremely vague on purpose.
Yeah, for sure. No, I that's appreciated.
Now on to the fun part. Dr. Disrespect permabanned on Twitch.
And why? No one knows.
No one knows. There's so much speculation.
Literally.
There's speculation about he was doing something illegal, got put in jail, and then Twitch and everyone just jumped away. There's stuff about him going to another streaming service, but that's not been confirmed. There's
Yeah,
so
that's
much.
the biggest one that I was hearing was that he was trying to poach streamers from Twitch to go to this brand new service, and he was getting paid for it. But, like you said, not confirmed. No one really knows the details at all.
So, and off to that idea, what I was hearing was he was moving to this new service, and as part of a break from his deal with Twitch, he was supposed to do this giant grand last stream, and since he cut it off, that's why the permaban went on, and the sponsorships and everyone just yeeted out the window for a week or so until they re-signed him.
Interesting.
So, did you see the clip about his last stream that was actually seen?
I saw the one where he was doing a video, he was watching videos or something, and he got a text and looked at his phone, and then he got his mood changed and all this stuff.
We'll get through this, guys. Shit.
It looked weird.
Yeah, it was very
Yeah.
weird.
It was strange.
I think that was the exact clip. But yes, he was looking off to the side, and he was he was looking at his phone. He was saying, "We'll get through it, guys," and then shit, and then it just dropped.
Yeah, it was weird. It was probably the most strange thing I've seen come out of Twitch like that.
Twitch is an interesting minefield
Well, I
right
mean,
now.
Yeah.
It's probably the best way to put it.
They always have issues though.
They always have
like-
issues, but like it seems even worse now.
The whole, I mean, like I don't know, dude. People in power have issues. I think is the issue. Is the issue. Like
Well, that's always the
whole
issue.
Mixer thing. The whole Mixer thing was like the CEO during like a meeting was talking about how like the streamers are their slaves and like he's like a slave master or some shit like that.
That was so
Yeah.
like what in the world? Yes.
Yeah.
And
And so
now-
that came out, and then they just shut down like
They
a week
shut
later instead
down-
of responding to it.
And partnered with they are partnered or sponsored Facebook Gaming, which will
Yeah,
be
they
which is
merged essentially.
yes, and then but Ninja and Shroud both did not accept a new contract with Facebook Gaming, so I don't even know what they're streaming on right now.
Well, that was part of the whole other conspiracy was that Shroud, Ninja, and Disrespect were going to a new platform, like a brand new thing.
Interesting.
But I could not even begin to fathom who has that kind of money to put them on like that.
To put all three absolutely massive streamers on like that, especially when they turned
Yeah.
down double what they got for going to Mixer. They turned that
Yeah.
down. Like that's
Yeah.
millions upon millions of dollars. Who has
Yeah.
that type of money?
Well, I mean, I would turn that down too if I was going to Facebook though. That's just another failed streaming platform, unfortunately. Like it's okay, but I don't know. We'll see if Mixer can implement their infrastructure into Facebook, I think it would be kind of good. It might actually rival Twitch, but I don't know how they're gonna do that.
It's
but-
gonna be interesting to see. But yeah,
Yep.
so like the only ones in the game now are like Twitch, YouTube as always has been very good, or relatively good, and then
Yep.
I guess Facebook Gaming
At
It's
this
real-
point, yeah.
is the three, and I don't even like sitting there looking
People are gonna
at
start streaming on Daily Mail.
on what
Daily Mail or what is it?
Daily
No,
Motion.
Video. Daily Motion. Yeah, I
think
don't know.
I think it's Daily Motion.
They're
Yeah,
all different. I think those all three exist, but I got them all wrong. So
I think you did. I don't even know
Hell
what.
yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, we're just gonna like start streaming on like this random small ass platform.
Pornhub Live, bro. I'm just saying. There's no limits on content there.
Oh no, there isn't. That would be.
Well, with that being said,
With that being said, no, we're not streaming on there. We just haven't figured out what we're streaming on yet, because everywhere kind of seems icky.
yeah.
But yeah,
It's gonna be YouTube. I mean, for sure. At
Yeah,
least for me
probably.
personally. But
it probably will be YouTube.
oh, cool. I think that's all we have. Reaching that limit. So, you have anything else to say? Closing statements, arguments.
Stay safe. Have fun in 4th of July. Shoot some fireworks if you can, and be patriotic as fuck.
And talk to people if you
Yeah.
need to.
Talk to people if you need
See
to.
you guys.
Don't close yourself in. Yes. Bye
You
bye.
ever feel like giving up on something? Tried about a dozen times and can't come up with nothing? Thinking, what the fuck is up with this? I must have sucked or something. But